Okay, so the parodies from there, yeah. What do you think the next phase was after creating parody content?
I think we should dive into this moment a lot more because it's basically when the parodies happened. That's when we blew up with
Oh
Richard
yeah.
Rolanda. Yeah, because Call Me Maybe happened and then it just blew up. Right now it has like over 100 million views, but at the time it had like 20 million views in like 2 weeks, and that's unheard of. But when that first happened, though, I was freaking out. Like, oh shoot! Like, I literally thought about my life and like, oh my gosh, maybe I should like do focus strictly on YouTube because I was in college at the time, and for a normal person, they would probably just drop out and completely focus on it. But I stayed in college for some reason and finished school. I did it for my mom because that was her dream growing up. Like she wanted all her kids to graduate college, have a diploma. So I did that for her. But it was stressful though. It was a constant battle between like, oh shoot, should I do good in school or should I just completely focus on YouTube? So it was like a battle for me. And the other hand, like Alex, he wasn't in school at the time. All he wanted to do was like move to California and like pursue YouTube 100%. So it's kind of like a time bomb in a way. It's like finish college, he wants to move to California. My mom wants her degree. I want to focus on YouTube. It's like a constant battle with like wants and needs and like fulfillment. But I mean, you know me. I like making people happy and trying to like fulfill like their wishes as much as possible. So I took it one step at a time. Finished college, and then literally like a month after, like we moved to LA. But let's take a step back a little bit. Like when everything just blew up, that was like, I don't know. It was like a change. Like when you have a viral video that blows up, you can either like take it one in two ways. I think I mentioned this in the previous podcast. You can take advantage of it and like try to see how much further you can take that momentum to, or you can just bask in it and like just do nothing and then it'll eventually die out. So I think from that moment, I'm just like thankful like we took advantage of that momentum and we pushed it and milked it as far as we could. And I think if it wasn't for that momentum and that constant pushing, then I don't think I would be where I am right now, honestly. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And
No, that's awesome,
now
man.
to think about that too, like I think the whole mindset came from being consistent for like a year or two before that. Like one video a week, we just kept at it and then it became a habit. And then when that video blew up, we still had that mindset in our heads. So we're like, okay, let's just keep being consistent and keep, milking each situation as much as possible and see where we get to. So that's how yeah, that's how it is.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, I really believe you use those lessons like today. We still use momentum and consistency for your main channel. Actually, all your channels to some degree, right?
Yeah. So I guess it's a lesson for people listening. I mean, if you have something in your life that makes you happy and it's just like a game changer, just use that momentum and see how much further you can push it, and hopefully something will come out of it. That's what I'm trying to say.